They grew up very isolated, and very much in the mindset of the Jehovah's Witness, and was taught that if I wasn't a good girl and doing what they told me to do, fireballs would come and kill me. So I had all of this trauma, all of this stress that I was carrying. I didn't realise it was trauma and stress until I left years ago. So I was carrying all of this. And then on top of that, there was all of the man-made rules that they put on top of that. Couldn't celebrate birthdays. I had never celebrated my birthday until I was well in my 30s. And even then, there was a lot of guilt around that. Wasn't allowed to celebrate Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, anybody's birthday, and Christmas. Couldn't celebrate all of those. And Jehovah's Witnesses always had a line as to why you couldn't celebrate it. And they tried to say it's in the Bible. Wasn't. It was all man-made. And again, it was a form of control. And it's like, well, if we can control what you celebrate, then we've got you. You'll do what we want. The same way that with adults, if we can control who you date, and I say that because you weren't allowed to marry anybody that wasn't a Jehovah's Witness. And even then, they had to be of good standing. You couldn't marry anybody that was like on the fringes. That was shunned. That was frowned upon. So they wanted you to marry a good, strong Jehovah's Witness. So they have all these rules around who you can date, who you can marry. And then once you were married, what kind of relationships you can have in your own bed. And even like, what you do to your own body, who you did it with, they were controlling that. And I realised that after I left, that if they could control what you do in your own bed, in the privacy of your own home with your partner, there's nothing that they can't control. They can control what you think, what you watch. We weren't even allowed, there were certain programs we weren't even allowed to watch, certain books we couldn't read. It was, honestly, it was just endless. But it doesn't stop there. They even go as far medical treatments.